Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, like you can tell from the title, I'm going to talk to you about how I have gotten rid of pretty much all of my acne scars, saying that I have a lot of new ones recently because I was breaking out. And I feel like today is a really good day to sit down and film this video, is because a lot of my breakouts have gotten down and I feel like you can see my skin a little bit better. Let me know if you're someone who has acne prone skin, and when you have breakouts on your face, that particular region is just red and patchy and it doesn't look good whatsoever, and that is not a good indicator of how many acne scars you are dealing with, because it's a lot of redness. And when the breakouts go away, that is when you can actually see what you are working with in terms of getting rid of your acne scars and pigmentation and hyperpigmentation and all of that stuff that we do not want in our lives. And I finally feel like I'm at a very good place in terms of my skincare and my skin, where I can sit down and film this video and share with you what I feel like has worked the best for me in terms of acne and acne scars specifically. So that is why I wanted to sit down and do this video for you, because if you are someone who has been struggling like I was struggling a couple of years ago in terms of trying out so many different things to kind of battle my acne scars, and nothing was really working, as well as the products that I have now discovered actually work very very well for my skin in terms of this. So in case you're interested, please keep on watching, but I do not want to make this video super duper long. I want to jump right into it ASAP, so let's get right into it. Now, before we talk about acne scars, we have to talk about acne, for the reason being that I've just realized this, and it's actually common sense if you think about it, but if you are of course someone who feels very conscious and you're not very how do you say, your acne scars bother you, and for most people it does bother you. This is just something that people don't tend to think about, is that when you are dealing with your acne scars, you have to first deal with the acne and solve that problem before you start getting into acne scars. And it's for the simple reason being that when you get a breakout and the breakout goes away, it of course leaves behind the scars. But when you are dealing with those scars and then you get newer breakouts on top of it, it's like a continuous cycle. You get acne, you treat the scars, then you get more acne, then you treat the scars again, and it's just a continuous cycle that never ever stops until and unless you beat it at the root, which is the acne in the first place. So you need to first figure out how you're going to deal with your acne in terms of solving this entire issue right here. And there are a ton of ingredients out there, like salicylic acid, like retinol, like benzyl peroxide, like sulfur, that do work really really well for acne. And these are things that would work topically of course for your skin, but before you figure out what you're going to use to deal with your acne and to help with that, you need to figure out the root cause. What is actually causing your acne? Now, in my case, it was a bunch of different factors. It was oily skin, it was my menstrual cycle, it was me not getting into a good skincare routine before this, and now I've just realized that my skin loves its, like all the ingredients, like AHAs, like BHAs, like retinol. My skin really loves these ingredients, and when I use them on a regular basis, my skin actually thrives a lot. So I feel like that has been the best way for me to figure out my acne, is to get it down to a really good routine. And my skin is well maintained, and because it is well maintained, it doesn't end up breaking out. Of course, it does break out once in a month when it's the time for my period. And apart from that, also I have noticed that if I'm eating a lot of junk food for like a week straight, or anything like that, my skin definitely does not like it. It's that overdose basically. So what I have to really do is that even though I love my junk food and I'm never going to stop eating it, it is something that I have to just not do at a continuous stretch. It's something that I have to like do it once a week, or I mean of course not once a week even. It needs to be just a couple of times in a month, and it doesn't have to be all at the same time. So that is what I feel like has worked the best for me and for my skin. And the other thing is, of course, a lot of times when I'm experimenting with new products, certain things might not work well for me, so I also have to figure out that is to not experiment with products unnecessarily. If I have a routine like down, and I know that this specific set of products just works for me, then sticking to that. But of course, the last point can be a little bit difficult because I do review beauty products here as a content creator. So for me to not be able to try out new products, it's not really going to work for what I do over here in terms of reviewing stuff. So yeah, that is kind of my experience as to what I have found and figured out works well for me. And that is how I have gotten like I was earlier a couple of years back in a very 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 different place, and I always speak about this. I have been breaking out since I was 13. I am 23 now. It's been a decade long struggle of just figuring all of this out. So if you are someone who's going through it, trust the process. I hope it does not take you 10 years, because I feel like now we have so many better things out there in the market. When I was 13, we did not have all of these options. So definitely it is something that it's going to take you a while to figure out, but it's not going to take you this long. You just have to narrow down and figure out the products, and also figure out your triggers, to be very honest, before you start figuring out the products that will work for it. Once you figure out the triggers, then you know how to solve the problem. So once you have figured out why you are breaking out, and you can kind of curb your breakouts, get them to be as less as possible, that's when you start figuring out on that's when you start, like, you shift your focus from acne to the acne scars that are left behind. Now again, this is something that I feel like when you're using your products like AHAs, they do help till a certain degree, but apart from that, you also need to be using other ingredients. There are a ton of ingredients out there on the market that work, and I feel like for every person a different ingredient tends to work. When I had first started out, I heard everyone kind of rave about vitamin C and how amazing vitamin C is to treat hyperpigmentation and acne scars. So I tried out every vitamin C that was out there in the market. I've tried more than 20-30 different vitamin C products, and nothing worked for me. And that's when I kind of decided to maybe give up on that specific ingredient and then shift my focus to others. There was kojic acid, there was alpha arbutin, which, by the way, alpha arbutin also worked very well for my skin. There was this specific Orchidum serum, which probably is still around, worked very very well for my skin, and I saw some great results with it. There's tranexamic acid. Did I say kojic acid earlier? Yeah, there's kojic acid. A lot of people say that niacinamide also works really great. I just use niacinamide for the oil control properties that it has, and it does work really really well for my skin, but I haven't noticed much of a difference by using niacinamide on my hyperpigmentation. But if there is one ingredient and one product that single-handedly helped me get rid of 80 to 90% of the hyperpigmentation that I had and the acne marks, and I saw the best result overall in my skin with using this specific ingredient in this specific product, and I'm speaking about retinols. I basically had, I still am in this very 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 passionate love relationship with retinol, because I think that has truly helped the most with my acne scars and just the overall appearance of my skin in general. I feel like I can sit here confidently and film this video without having any makeup on my skin right now. I feel like I didn't mention that earlier. Wow, I realize it's been almost 10 minutes of me filming this video and I didn't mention why I'm sitting here with no makeup. Of course, it's because I wanted you to see my natural skin. I did not want to sit here and have makeup on my face and talk about acne scars, because of course you can't even see my skin very clearly if I have makeup on, right? Because it's covered with all the makeup. So that's the reason why I was sitting here absolutely barefaced. And I just want to let you know, if you see me in my real life, in a week I would say 3 to 4 times, 3 to 4 days in a week, I'm actually not wearing any makeup on my face. I might have lipstick on, but when I talk about my overall face, I don't really have a ton of makeup on, even generally. But specifically, I feel like I have had more no makeup days now than ever, because of course, sometimes you get lazy and you don't really want to do your makeup, and you're too tired, but also because I feel so much more confident in my skin than I did when I was 13, that now, um, it's just something that I don't necessarily consider to be. I mean, I love the way I look even without any makeup, because my skin looks so nice. The texture, of course, there is some acne going on, but if you see like this side, it is completely clear. And even in person, the skin texture is so much more reduced. So of course I would credit my overall skincare routine, but I still remember the absolute transformation that I saw before I started using retinol, and then after, it's like night and day different. And the one product that I would highly recommend if you do want to get into retinol is the Earth Rhythm Rapid Renew Concentrate. I have been raving about this specific retinol for a long time. You see it in my empties video, you see it in my most repurchased products video, you see it in my like absolute favorite top tier skincare products videos. So of course that tells you that I absolutely love this specific product. But when I speak about what has truly helped in getting rid of like 80 to 90% of my acne scars, it also has to be this specific product, because this is the first retinol that I started using, and till date it's one of the best retinols I've used. I haven't used a lot of retinols, if I have to be completely honest, because this is not an ingredient that you want to experiment with a lot. You can experiment with different niacinamide serums, you can experiment with different vitamin C serums, but I also want to let you know that retinol is something you don't mess around with. It is a very, very, very strong potent ingredient, and when you first start using it, you have to keep so many important things in mind, like how often you're using it, how your skin has to kind of get acclimatized to it. So you first start with like a lower frequency, like just once or twice in a week, then you can eventually come around to like thrice a week, and then eventually like I've been using it for over a year now, and I can use this product every single day because my skin has gotten used to it. But initially it wasn't, obviously, right? So this is something you have to work around with for sure. So definitely keep that in mind. It's not something you can go super ham on. Don't think that if you use it every single day for a month, you're going to get rid of all your acne scars. That's not going to happen, but you'll probably burn your face off and have a very, very, very damaged skin barrier as well. So that is something, whenever I kind of rave about this product, I feel like I have to give you all of those important caveats as well. If you don't know about how strong retinol can be as an ingredient because you haven't started using it yet, please watch tons of videos on the specific product that you're buying. See people's reviews, see what they have to say about it, do your thorough research before you buy any retinol out there. You can get this one, you can get the Thrive one, you can get the Dot and Key one that is new, which I haven't tried out yet, by the way. You can get the Deconstruct one. I actually wouldn't recommend because I did not use it myself. My mom had it and she did not like it as much. Neither did any of the Plum retinols impress me too much, to be honest. Neither the serum nor the cream, so would not recommend those. I will be trying out the Deconstruct moisturizer though with retinol. So yeah, okay, now I'm going on a different tangent altogether. We were talking about acne scars, so let's come back to that. So yeah, that is what has truly helped my skin in general. But I also want to let you know that once you get rid of majority of your acne scars, it's not like the problem is solved forever, because if you are someone who has acne prone skin, the acne will keep coming back every now and then. Once in a while you'll get a breakout or two here and there, and of course if you have skin that tends to break out, that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. So using your acne fighting ingredients along with ingredients are gonna help with the after the hyperpigmentation after. It's just one of those like marriages that has to continue to last for as long as your acne is gonna last. And yeah, it's also something about just, I know it can be super hard, especially when you have a ton of breakouts on your face, but just embrace the natural skin you are, love the skin that you are living in, because at the end of the day, you know, I get that when you don't have the flawless skin that you see everyone else have, it makes you dislike yourself a little bit. It makes your self-confidence and self-esteem lower, and that's just not something that you're not going to be in a very good place, physically and mentally. So that is definitely something that that's kind of why we all like to make videos focusing on acne and acne fighting ingredients, because that is probably the, I mean, like, majority of the people out there on the planet who are not so comfortable in the way the skin looks is probably because they have some amount of breakouts. So definitely I get that. Again, like I said, I've been there, so I never want to sound too preachy and like, oh, you should be comfortable in your own skin and why are you crying about acne. I would never say that to anyone just because I've been there. So I know exactly how you feel like. And I always want to remind you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And if you are dealing with all these issues like acne and the hyperpigmentation and you don't feel super comfortable, work on it. Do your research. Again, just like I've made this video, there are probably a ton of other videos out there as well that will probably tell you that this would work and that would work, and you just have to do your thorough research. There's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of trial and error, but I'm pretty sure that eventually you will figure out what is going to actually work for your skin. So yes, that is it. That is the end of this video, and I really hope that someone out there is going to be is going to actually find this video helpful and informative, and is going to actually like able to treat the issues and whatever they're trying to deal with. I really hope from the bottom of my heart that this video is helpful for you guys. So yeah, that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.